Hey, somebody get the Ravens some butter because the OTAs are on a roll. Let's get it. Let's go.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect me. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective from our Couch US. This is your host, your Couch Rider Raven Jermaine Locke, saying, "Hey, what's happening?" I appreciate you coming through. Please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. We appreciate each person that has come through. Checked out the channel. Some of y'all left, some of y'all came back. It's whatever. We just enjoy having the crew here, being able to chat it up. So if you want to be part of this crew, just chatting it up. Sometimes on Mondays, sometimes on Wednesdays. I'll be honest with you, it's one or the other because we're trying to get schedules together with me and my co-host Cameron, which he is. We're on the lookout for him. We're gonna be looking for him. So y'all see him. Make sure y'all put up those road signs and guide him safely onto the house. Anyway, what we want to talk about today, but we'll get into it after we do our motivational moment. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, and smack the bell. The next thing we want to talk about is our motivational moment. So many times in my career, for those of you who don't know, I'm in the Air Force. There were people who got straight up called me fake because they didn't like the positivity that I've had. They didn't see it as genuine, but then when they got to know me, they realized, like, dude, he is genuinely positive and tries to see things from an optimistic mindset. And I truly believe in how the system works, and hopefully it helps people. But my words today are, and these aren't mine. I actually took these from anonymous on the internet. But keep facing the sunshine, and the shadows will always fall behind you. Just keep facing the positivity. Those people that are positive in your life, keep those in your life. Put those ones in your circle. Sure, you're going to need some people for feedback, but the second it becomes to be negative to where they are tearing you down completely and destroying everything you like about yourself and like about what you have in your life, then it's time to stop facing them. Stop facing those haters and look to the ones that bring light into your life, that bring that sunshine into your soul today. That is your motivational quote for today. Let's see who's in the room. We got a lot of folks. Ooh, okay, let's start from the top. Lisa made it first. She says, "Hey, Jermaine, Cam, Root, and friends, I'm calling it right now. Ravens purple. We're going 17-0. Super Bowl 59. Champs, I don't mess around." She's calling her shot just already. She's like, all right, off the headboard, off the dresser, hits the laundry basket, and the couch, nothing but net. All right, cool. She called it. Lisa also said, tap the like button. All right. Amen. Amen, sister. Let's go. Gerald is in the building. What's good, man? Delicious is here. He said, "What's up, Couch Rider, Raven, and crew?" Oh, and Cam. Sorry. Can't read today. What's good, Lisa? People saying, "Hey, what's going on, Nana?" All right, just a lot of love, and that's what I like about it. They ain't just talking to me, they talking to each other. And it's just a good environment we got here. People saying they can't complain. Reggie, what is good? Reggie, right. Hey, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, man. I need you here. I need you another follower here. I feel like you might be new. So you know what you got to do. I appreciate you, man, coming through. Salute to you, my man. All right. Now I'm saying what's up to everybody in the room. Except for Monday. Who else is here? Okay. Here we go. Everybody's already subscribed on that joint. Appreciate you. And already hit the like button. Cool. All right. So we are talking about the things that have happened today. And before I do that, I believe we found them. We found them, folks. The search is over. We found two people at the same time that showed up at the exact second on the show. I'll go ahead and introduce one of them to you here. Uh, this one here, she does cook the macaroni in the oven for the record. Or at least that's what she tells us. We haven't seen it yet. Y'all say what's up to Brooke. And then the other one, like I said, we just had to, we had to put out the search warrant, and get him a police escort to the studio. He's there. Well, he's got two different cameras on right now. All right, we're gonna add Cameroon to the stage. What's good, my boy?
Now, sorry, I just got off from work, so got to do my due diligence, grab my dog, walk the dog.
Oh yeah, you're walking the dog, then you got to
so
go eat your cereal. You know the routine. You know the routine.
We riding.
Yes. All right, so
I'm outside for real.
All right, so you've seen it. If you're watching the Baltimore Ravens YouTube channel, following other YouTubers, they are talking about OTAs. Who showed, who didn't show. You can see a couple of rookies there. You can see that Derrick Henry was there. That looks great with the 22 on him now, looking solid. Looked like he ready to run somebody over. He wearing them short, tight shorts or whatever. Yeah, it was pretty weird. But hey, look, ain't nobody gonna tell him nothing. Ain't nobody bold enough to tell him nothing. Anyway, it was just great to see him in uniform, and I cannot wait to get this guy in pads because he's going to knock somebody all the way out. It's really going to test what this defense is made of in OTAs. You're going to see some fights because when this guy hits you, he's going to take your soul, and it's just going to be his own teammates. Before we even get to the preseason, you're going to see some souls snatched by this man.
That's too much money. They ain't going to let him. They can hit him, but they ain't going to tackle him.
They ain't going to tackle him?
Nah, it's too much money on the line. Not when it's that much money.
I feel like, you got to let him click like a little bit, man.
Boom, hold them up. That's it. Hold them up. We ain't gonna go through too much money on the line. Boom, hold them up.
He probably gonna at least get 2 shots in. Then once that first fight happened, they're gonna be like, all right, simmer down.
Nah, it's rare. But it's rare you hear any of the Ravens fighting each other. Because they wanted Coach. He really on. Y'all better take care of each other. Mm-hmm. So he on that forever. Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
Are you good? Gerald said this season we're putting the NFL on notice. They already on notice. They already on notice.
Oh yeah.
So they're going to fill
off. Look, I don't know what else you got to do. I mean, you being doubted. You got the number two best quarterback in the league, but he's only listed as 7th. 6, 7. I have no idea how the others are before him, but it is what it is.
I mean, what more you got to do? You win MVP
what
2
more?
times. Both of them runaways.
Both of them being the youngest.
So, get the team to the AFC Championship game. At least 3 of the quarterbacks that were listed above him, he's already just snatched their souls in the regular season. Brock Purdy was definitely one of those that they try to put above him on that list, which is full on disrespect. I mean, I get it. The guy made it to the Super Bowl, but he got his soul snatched by the Ravens on Christmas Day. We was all sitting in our pajamas watching this magical game go down.
I mean, this thing that's funny to me is that I'm trying to figure. Somebody got to really explain to me why Joe Burrow was ahead of him, and you got to tell me a year that he was up for the MVP. Or the year they went to the Super Bowl, he didn't win the MVP. If I'm not mistaken, I think either Aaron Rodgers or
somebody else. Maybe it wasn't him. It wasn't him.
Well, it wasn't him.
I think it might have been Aaron.
It might have been. It was either him or Mahomes. It wasn't him.
Yeah. So I mean, and
then
Joe Armband, he barely got his wrist back working, right?
Huh?
He barely got his wrist back working.
I just need to see the accolades. I don't know if they basing him on potential or they basing him.
Yes.
We gonna see. It's all good. I mean, no, it's not. Actually, it's not all good. It's not all good with me. But it's just it's
going
lack
back to
of respect. Go ahead.
the OTA's attendance. We saw Bateman. I think that's a positive sign about his commitment to the team. Of course, everybody's talking about Henry, but seeing Bateman out there, that shows that he's committed. I
Yep.
think it's we've been kind of frustrated, like, hey, where's this guy's level of commitment? Why is he not working out with Lamar? This, that, and the other during the offseason. Is he going to sign? Are they going to give him the 5th-year option? Is he going to go off on Twitter? Is he the next Stephon Diggs Jr. as far as Twitter personality and stuff like that? And that's not the case. This guy just likes to work behind the scenes, do his thing. He has some diva in him. He does, but that just comes with any territory when it comes to receivers. But seeing him at camp, it brings a smile on my face because it lets you know, like, hey, this guy's in. He's in for the Ravens.
Yes,
What do you
sir.
think?
Yes, sir. I'm 100%. I'm with you.
Gerald's got something to say here. He says, Kansas City will get their soul snatched week 1. Pat Mahomes is going to be roadkill. Oh, man. That'll be a dream come true. I know it'll be a 2-hour ride, and I know my boy will be crying his butt off all the way back home from Kansas City when we go
And
see
you
that
just
game.
tell us, okay, you got the ring last year.
Yeah, I was there. I was like, yo, you won. Look, we got this one back, bro. We got our lick back, dude.
You got your ring last year. Ain't no reason to be crying.
He's
You
a
got to learn
competitor.
how to lose some. Can't win them all. Got to learn
That's
to
the thing.
lose.
These kids don't know how to lose. They pick
I
the
don't know
winners.
how to
They pick them.
lose.
They pick the winners, but they don't know how to lose.
Yeah.
Nana says, she says, did you watch the Ravens Wire this evening? If not, check it out. It was real good. It looked like it was about the draft. And so that'd be interesting to watch that. I'll have to go back and watch it for sure.
Yeah, I definitely got to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Delicious says the disrespect that Lamar gets is crazy. It is. It is. It
Yeah,
makes absolutely
100%.
no sense. They sit here trying to say Josh Allen should have won MVP last year. I'm like,
How with one? How Sway? You only got one vote.
I'm just like, bro, you were good, but you weren't winning you weren't winning your games, man. You ain't turned up until towards the end there.
Mm.
Oh boy. Anyway, so Nana says, delicious. It sure is. You can show them better than you can tell them, folks. All right. Delicious says, I love what CJ Stroud is doing, and I believe he'll be a top 5 at some point. But how is he ahead of Lamar after 1 year? I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. I think.
100%.
They dogged him last year before he started showing up. They had him. Every rookie little voting
Mm-hmm.
had him as a number 2, had him as number 3 sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Show him. Kenny, what's his $1 thing? Did you donate it? Did you actually donate $1? Oh, shoot, appreciate you. I got $1. I got $1. Hey, hey, hey.
Thank you for donating to the Cameron Fund.
Man? Yeah, Cameron got an extra $1, man. You get us like 60 more of those, we'll be able to buy some nachos at the game. All right, Nana says today they also signed Qadir Ishmael, his son.
Yeah.
Nothing says camp body more than Qadir Ishmael.
Well, he's a quarterback, so
Yeah, he came out of Villanova, played
Yeah.
quarterback for a bit. I looked at his wide receiver tape. It just was very much underwhelming. Like, I've never seen a guy so stiff in his route running.
he's 6'6", bro.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of what you get, with the tall. You get the tall gazelle guys. You don't get that much speed out of
I
him.
think they're going to develop him into a tight end, to be honest with you.
He just doesn't look. It wasn't wild tape. I can tell you that. It wasn't.
Yeah, well, that's a big change though. Going from, I think he could be like Joe Thomas. Like, is it Joe Thomas? The tight end for Washington. He was a quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to be developed into a tight end. Now he's a decent tight end. Come on.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I was just like, ooh, this is one guy. Like, I know he's gonna be the talk because he's Quadri's son.
Yeah.
Made a talk for a couple of days, but there's other guys to really chat it up about, and I figured that's where I wanted to kind of lean into today because I felt like two of the guys on this roster we hadn't really talked about much. I think everybody's pretty much covered, Devontae Walker, everybody's covered Deontay Hardy. I feel like Isaiah Washington needs to be talked about from Rutgers. This dude's
Hmm.
got really good downfield vision. He's a decent yak artist. He does a little bit after the catch on those drags, crosses, digs, things like that. He's able to get that little bit of separation there. Down
Hmm.
the field, you see more contested catches. When of course, when it comes to more contested catches, that's less separation. That's kind of what his weakness is. A little bit of ball security issues, but overall, 3 total touchdowns in college, 927 total yards. Yeah, 12.5 yards per catch. So, I mean, I'm not mad at that. That's pretty decent. He's a 5-year player, so he's got an extra year of experience on some of these other guys. And that we're looking at some of these COVID babies here. That's probably why they're got the extra year of college on them. It's because of some of the kids that are coming out in the midst of COVID, so they got that extra year of eligibility. And
Hold,
you're gonna,
hold,
huh?
hold on. I'm getting ready to get my car. I gotta
Okay,
say,
yeah, I
hold on.
understand. Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, it's just the extra year of eligibility that they get, and you're kind of like, all right, well, what are we getting with the player that's got a little bit more experience under the belt? Well, we're not sure yet, But when you look at the tape, he does make those contested catches, and that's something that the Ravens could use. He's 6'3", 210 pounds. I didn't get his 40, but you're looking at a guy who can really locate the ball in the air. Great downfield vision, good field awareness. You can see some of the toe touches on some of his highlights. This is one of the guys I would rather talk about than D'Angelo, then Kadri Ismail, because D'Angelo Hardy got waived. But Kadri Ismail, I just don't feel like I'm sorry, I hate to hate, but dang it, when you look at the tape, it's just like, underwhelming. You made it on your daddy's name. Let's just call it what it is. Uh, but another guy, Dayton Wade. This is a guy who's short, speedy. 5'9", maybe 176 pounds, wet. Runs a 4.40 time though, and he had 1,329 yards and 7 total touchdowns in college. You know how many touchdowns that Kadir Ishmael had in college? 0. I think he had less than 200 yards in both of his seasons. It just it's just not there. It's not there. But anyway, back to Dayton. For me, I just see Lil Sparky all over the field. Just a lot of speed, circus catches. Speedy yards after the catch. No separation issue at all with him because he just finds the open space in the field, or at least he speeds to the open space in the field. Now, when it comes to slowing down and finding the spots in zones, that might be a little murky for him. That's where he struggles at, is finding that open space in the zones, whatever. But there are times when like he just happens to find himself a little bit. He created that separation. He's just good at it. He's looked at more of as a kick returner, but I mean, if we can use that in the slot, cool. I'm all for it. All right, so let's pause for a second. Let's pay some bills. Like I said, appreciate you, Kenny. Much love. All right, let's see. Nana says today they also saw. Okay, we talked about that. All right. Lisa says last time I went to a Ravens game was almost 20 years ago. Okay, I've never been to a Ravens home game. I know I'm the Couch Rider Raven. I should go, but I really enjoy going to like watching them versus Houston, watching them versus the Chiefs already once, watching them versus. I think I watched them versus Houston twice now, and then versus Dallas. Um, but yeah, and then of course going to the game this year against the Chiefs. So I would love to go to a home Ravens game. We just gotta make sure we make the financial choices the right way. Get that way, Cameron and I can get there, or me and brother, Kendall can get there. We'd love to go to the game. Y'all want to donate to the cause? Feel free. I'm gonna pull Cameron off the scene just for a bit, and yeah, see all of me. Okay, all of me. Okay. Kennedy says, haha, that's how much the Ravens offensive line is worth. It's so hurtful. That was low. So it just you cut me right here. That like you and Wilbert, man. Y'all getting close to being on the same page. Wilbert he get more smoke than that, but it's okay. Lisa says, Gerald, too bad, too sad. We're tired of Swifty. Amen. We about to get Zendaya though. We about to get Zendaya. I just have a feeling that she is going to be a hardcore, Zay Flowers fan. They ain't gotta be in love. They ain't gotta be in love. We ain't worried about love. We just want her to show up at a game, throw a couple shots that way on the camera, be for the Ravens, little PR up. and then maybe she could be the press conference after the game and just hype it up. We just love it. Kennedy says, Lisa, you saved yourself a lot of heartache staying away from the purple place. Just terrible. Gerald Longmire says, King Henry is going to steamroll everybody. Like I said, he is going to be trucking people. Like, man, when they had the trucks, they just, pow, you just pop that thing forward. And yeah, you're going to see helmets just falling off like it's Blitz back in the day. It's going to be great. It's going to be lovely. Lisa says, Kenny D, I love my team no matter what you say. Yes, our offensive line, I feel like, yes, there's going to be an issue with Stanley being healthy. But other than that, I feel like, EDC didn't go after major offensive line players because he got a lot of confidence in Voorhees. He's got a lot of confidence in Cleveland. I felt like when it came to Ben Cleveland, I felt like dude's got skills. He's got a lot of talent, and we're going to see it this year. We're going to see a guy who's hungry, who wants to be able to preserve that starting position. And like I said, there were times, like I said, back in the day, there would be times he'd be looking for work because other players just didn't want to line up on him. They felt like there were advantages at other positions that they could take advantage of. But I felt like he did his thing multiple times, multiple games. He put together solid offensive performances. And I think that's why we sent a couple people here. We let people go. We let people go because we felt confidence in the guys that we have. And the spirit of competition will be there. And you're going to see that talent rise to the top. Kennedy says Harbaugh might limit King Henry's carries. I can see that. Put him on a snap, kind of dude's 30. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We had a couple of times where he just breaks it loose and does his thing, go sit down, and then we let Justice Hill handle this thing. We let Keaton Mitchell handle this thing. We let our running backs handle business. All right. Kennedy needs a backup to help him the last 17 games. We're going to have plenty. We're going to have plenty because we drafted one. And, of course, we got Justice and we got Keaton. Or at least Keaton will be back soon. So I think we're going to be okay. And then, of course, they're going to keep a couple of these guys on the practice squad ready to rock. Ooh. Sorry, y'all. It's been one of them days. It's been a long day. It might be this show might be 30 minutes. Depending on Cam Root coming back. He might have to carry us a little bit. Lisa says, who all is agreeing with me? Sorry, Kenny. What you talking about? Lisa? I haven't been to a Ravens game either. Yeah, it's just one of the things where you see these teams when you go to the games, and it's amazing watching the home game experience. Sometimes I'm not rooting for them, but I'm sitting here watching this home game experience, like say Houston. Houston had like a dude show up in a Ravens jersey one time. And he had a blow-up cushion chair. And he decided to take his blow-up cushion chair and put it in the middle of the field and just was like, I don't know, I think he was flipping everybody off, whatever. And so, of course, Houston fans are booing everywhere. And then all of a sudden, the Houston Texas Bull comes out on a four-wheeler. He rides all over the field, runs around the chair, got this guy scared out of his mind, football tackles him, and drags him off the field. And with crowd cheer, it was just a fun experience. And I know that the Ravens probably got something along those lines to get the fans jumping. And that's what you're really paying for, is you're paying for the experience. You're not necessarily paying to watch the same thing that we're watching while you are at home, because you guys are going to have the better views. You're going to have the better replays. You're going to have the better commentary. You're paying for the experience that is out there when you're on that field, and for the completely expensive tacos and nachos out there. Yeah, Ravens home games are fire. I want to definitely see that. And maybe I will. Maybe we'll go. I do want to see a Lamar Jackson home game. And so maybe next season, that's what we'll save up for and we'll go. Big Reg, what's good, man? He says, man, I went to the Chiefs at the Ravens game when we beat them Sunday night a few years ago. It was awesome. I imagine, being there live and watching, Pat Mahomes' brother throw a temper tantrum in the stands, and seeing the magic happen with Sammy, celebrating him beating his former team. And I can't imagine how just great that felt. And the 3D thing, I think there's something that was like a 3D thing where it looked like a huge raven flying over the stadium. Oh man, I'll be all over that. Like white on rice in a snowstorm. All right, Lisa said, or Nana says, what? What's Faith not attending our Ravens games? Yeah, Zendaya, she's a Ravens fan. Yep. I think she is a Ravens fan. I know she's a Zay Flowers fan, but I'm like, I think this girl might be a full-on Ravens fan. It would be amazing having Spider-Man's girl as a Ravens fan. If we could get Spider-Man too, it would be great. Maybe can put it in Marvel. It'd be awesome. All right, looks like Cam Root is back. It's good.
Sorry. Plug in.
Okay. All right. So Gerald says Ronnie Stanley still worries me. I think he worries everybody. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see on that guy. Hopefully he's got the right rehab and health specialist helping him with his ankle, because the last thing we need is another ankle injury, keeping this guy from being able to be one of the best in the league. Nana says Andre, yes, our games, especially our home games, are fire. I believe it. And then was comments about, oh, well, you seen the Ray Lewis statue? That's kind of what I want to do. I want to go out there. I want to take pictures with the Ray Lewis statue. I had a chance. I was just happened to be getting deployed out of the area. So, the airport is pretty close and I could have been over there. But I wanted to take a picture with the statue of Ray Lewis. But, and honestly, I feel like, does Ed have a statue? I can't remember. Cam. He busy. All right. I don't think Ed got a statue, but Ed deserves a statue, man. All right. So, B Cam says, first time in years, Ronnie ended the season healthy. Cam, I think you are muted. So this is Ronnie's last season with us, so do something out there because EDC took away his 5th year. Yeah, that restructure. I mean, you got to look at it like, hey, I'm glad that he was willing to negotiate a deal that kind of helped the team and helped him realize, hey, this is kind of the end of the road here. So you may see Ronnie get replaced next year as far as offensive line to the draft.
Okay.
All right, Big Red says that Ravens Chiefs game was off the chain.
Yeah.
What's up?
I said I couldn't hear nothing for the past 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Gerald said there is no Ed Reed statue. They need to be able. That boy is the best safety all time. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. Ed Reed was the greatest.
Unbelievable.
You cutting in and out, man. Can
you hear me now?
Barely. I hear some wind too.
I closed the window.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Nana says, I meant what's with not attending our Ravens game. It's not my fault. I'm in Nebraska. That's where I'm stationed at right now until I retire. You got some feedback too. Camera.
You got some feedback on my end?
Yep.
Sorry about that. I'm driving, so y'all bear with me, please. I'm sorry.
Nana says, no Ed. Yeah, he doesn't have a statue. Like I say, he needs one put up. I feel like that's one of the guys out there who's just a dog in the game, the leader of our defense, yeah, we still got feedback.
So yeah, I'm driving. I don't know.
All right, Lisa says, make whatsoever that Ed Reed. Amen to that. All right, so let's talk about our prime game. Let me go into that real quick.
I think the reason why Ray got the statue because he's the only one to have 2 rings. Nobody else has been on both Super Bowl teams other than him that's been there. He's been the longest since he's one of the first Ravens, obviously he's the second Raven to be picked, but as far as tender, he's the longest. He played what? How long did he play? 17 years? Are you getting a soda?
Well, you be proud. Yeah.
What you say? Oh, you getting some water? Okay, but his tender for the Ravens has been the longest. Nobody else has played longer than him, so I think that's the reason for his statue opposed to anybody else's.
So I feel like Ed definitely should have one up there.
Yeah, it's just hard because he only has one stat. Ed only has 1 ring, and he didn't play he didn't play as long as as long as Ray did. That's the reason. Excuse me.
I mean, I think Lamar will probably said it done.
L gonna have a statue. After them 2 MVPs, he gonna have a statue.
Yeah,
You might as well just start. They need to start putting that together right now.
Mm-hmm.
They can do that now.
Yeah, that might be up next year.
Oh yeah, he might as well pull. He gonna have by the time he call it quits, he gonna have a statue. He definitely gonna have a statue. There's no reason why he shouldn't.
All right, so we gonna move over to the prime time. So let's talk about them. I mean, I think we've already discussed week 1 primetime game at length. We did that one. So then we do have a 4:25 Cowboys game. I'm gonna skip over that one. We'll say that for later on. Dude, you are echoing like crazy.
So I'm gonna put. It's probably because I'm driving. I'm gonna put you on mute.
All right, cool. All right, so then we got the Bills. So we know that Josh Allen and them, they ain't no pushover. They ain't no pushover. This is a team that will come in, and any given Sunday, Josh Allen will put his best foot forward and take a mediocre wide receiver and make them into something special. He'll take a running back, and then of course with Cook over there, he is a significant weapon for the Bills. And Deontay, Coleman, was it Deion Coleman? The guy, he's special in the head, but he also has a lot of talent on the field. And he's just one of those guys that is going to be extremely special. You got to look out for. He's going to make some big time plays for them. But of course, we got really good corners. We got really good secondary, and we have a defense that's beast, but at the same time, an inexperienced coordinator. So you got to look like, how is that going to measure up when it comes to facing talent like the Buffalo Bills, when they have talent at pretty much every level on that offense. Of course, it's not going to be Diggs like, but you're going to see Josh Allen has escapability as a quarterback, and so that could be an issue. It's going to be one heck of a matchup to see, because we got to see how their defense is going to line up against our offense with Zay coming into his second year, Rashad Bateman with a chip on his shoulder, Nelly, who's still looking plays. I don't know if y'all saw him today coming to OTAs. Dude has some guns on him. I was like, okay, look at him, guys, tickets to the gun show. Let's go. And then you have, we got guys that are hungry, fighting for that next roster spot. You got Tylen Wallace, who is hungry, looking to get those plays in. But of course, when it boils down to it, this offense is still going to be what it's going to be, and that is a team that knows how to run the ball. We got one of the baddest runners in the league, along with another bad man in Lamar Jackson. So I am thinking we got a W coming out of Buffalo. It's gonna be out of Baltimore, but it's at Baltimore, not in Buffalo. And that is gonna be 8:20 p.m.
We're gonna blow them out.
Oh yeah, Buffalo blow him out. He's at a blowout. Then there is the Baker Mayfield, extravaganza. We're gonna be going down to South Beach. No, we're going down to Florida. Excuse me, going to Tampa, and we're gonna be having Tampa with us playing against Tampa. So that's pretty awesome. We're going against the Buccaneers at 8:15 p.m. I don't know if that's Sunday night football. I want to say. Let me check that. That is going to be against the Buccaneers.
Monday night.
Okay, Monday Night Football. So the whole world gets to see us take on big old bad man Baker Mayfield. Baker has shown that Cleveland was a mistake. This is a quarterback who could have been so much better if he was not with the Cleveland Browns when he was drafted. Now, if he went to the Jets, he'd probably been trash. But anywhere else, it would have been a great opportunity for him to turn into one of the league's premier quarterbacks, and he has that opportunity down in Tampa Bay. This is a guy that we're going to have to look out for, because he can make those highlight plays. Does he have those moments where he just fumbles the moment? Yes. But Baker is one of those guys who can really put it all together. And we're going to have our hands full with a talent like that. But you know what? Show must go on. We got to keep rumbling. We got to show these guys. We got to show the world on primetime television that you don't mess with the Ravens. That's the W. I think our primetime games are going to be fun to watch, but I do think that we come out with a W on the Bucks. The Bills is a toss up for me. Chargers is the next one on the docket, or excuse me, the Bengals is the next on the docket because that's going to be November 2nd or 7th. November 2nd, 7th, and I think that's a Sunday night football game, right? And then, so of course, when it comes to the Bengals, we're looking at a guy with Geno Stone sitting back there who knows how to bait people. And I'm hoping that Lamar doesn't fall into the traps with the baits and is able to take what's in front of him and not try to get some things downfield because that's what Geno will get you is by jumping routes and seeing things a little bit deeper downfield. That's where he's going to get his pick set. So hopefully we avoid that and be able to stop this crazy like superstar offense with Mike Gesicki on it now for the Bengals. So that just makes them just that much more dangerous. They have really good wide receivers. It's going to be one heck of a matchup. Really one heck. It's going to be a straight up throwdown. All right, so let's pay some bills on here. Kenny says Ravens will beat the Bills easily. 13-3 or 13 or 31-13. I can't read today. All right, so we got Lisa says we have Dallas and Jerry Jones. I mean, we taking out Dallas. I don't think Jerry Jones is lacing up. He just, usually he's more a distraction for his own team than he is for the other team. Kenny says the Bills are so done. I can't count them Bills out, man. Like I said, well, after seeing them live and what they did to the Chiefs, the world champs, when I saw them, what they did on December the 10th to the Chiefs, they made the Chiefs look like they weren't a contender. That's what it made it look like that day. That was a team that really they just took every opportunity that was in front of them and made the best out of it. So I can't count anybody out, but I can't count the Bills out after seeing it live and watching them dismantle the Chiefs defensively. They just offensively because their defense was just terrible. And then you see them just put it all together. It just makes you wonder, like, what in the world was remember the Titans turning point for the Chiefs that made them be able to turn this all around and make the playoffs and then turn up when it came to going to the Super Bowl. All right. Next is what Delicious say. He said, LOL, I hope I don't lose no sleep not getting Keon Cole. Like I said, dude's got talent. Like lots of talent. But I don't know. Every time I hear him speak, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this dude, he's hilarious. But I'm like, is he gonna be able to read a playbook? Because I just don't know. I don't know. I'm making judgments, but maybe he's probably one of the smarter players on the field. He might shock us all. But he was on point when he was talking about the candies the other day. He was talking about the Sour Punch straws. He was talking about the Laffy Taffy. Every part of the candy that he was talking about, I was like, you know what? Like, dude, get out of my head. This. I was like loving all of this sour. I was about to go to the candy store right after that. Just with the whole list, everything he said. I was like, yeah, I love that one. I love this one. Yeah, just get them all. Just take all my money. And then it says, yes, Cameron Lamar better have a statue to be a huge problem in Maryland if he don't. I agree. Delicious wants to know, how do we feel about Tez Walker? Keep hearing these comparisons to Torrey Smith. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch some more tape on this guy. I feel like he's got the speed, but I feel like Eric DeCosta said it all. He's like, hey, I do see comparisons to Torrey Smith because we're looking for a guy who can be that straight line runner, who can take the top up off the defense. They need somebody to continue to stretch the field, but I think we got that already. We got Bate who can stretch the field. We got Nelly who can stretch the field. We got one of the most twitchy, fast wide receivers in the league in Zay Flowers who can stretch the field. So with all of those guys on the field, we run mesh. It's going to be nasty. Somebody going to be open. All right. Now it says, in my opinion, Tex Walker, the Ranger, will do just fine. Lisa says, how will the baby Ravens do this season? I think this is where you're going to see guys. Yes, they got drafted, but right now it doesn't matter where you got drafted, just that you made this team. This is their opportunity to shine, to step up and show the world that, hey, we got picked and we're here to play. So you might see Tampa step up. maybe a little bit more than Wiggins. I don't know. We're going to see what happens in camp. They're going to see how physical these guys can be. Speed is one thing, physicality is another. You need both. You need that. You need football intelligence to be able to play this game. There's a reason that Wiggins got drafted so high, even though he was underweight. It's because the talent level is there, the vision is there to be able to be on players like paint and never give up on a play. His not only his football intelligence, but the heart, the high motor, and the willingness to play through the whistle. That is why Wiggins got drafted. Same thing with TJ Tampa. Oh, Tampa. Uh, B Cam, Ted Speed will make other guys better. I agree. I feel like, yeah, but I feel like you got to run the whole route tree. There's been so many times when you go back and look at receivers from the past, even Derek Mason. Derek Mason came out super fast, but he started to hone his craft when he became one of the better route runners in the league. He wasn't known for his blazing speed. He knew that all right, this speed is not going to be there forever. And so he played in the middle of his 30s at a high level for the Ravens and really helped Joe Flacco be something because of the fact that he was working on his craft as far as his route running ability. And just his toughness, man. Like, y'all know if you go back to the Lions game, I want to say?
Yep.
Yeah. Mason got crunched in between two defenders. They both fell to the ground, and he went and scored a touchdown. Then he goes in against Dallas, and I mean, he had a shoulder injury going into the game. Comes in there, scores a touchdown. Comes out the game, gets the shoulder wrapped up. Comes back, scores major big plays after that. I think he scored 2 touchdowns that game. He was just in his bag, and he had a lot of heart. A lot of mouth, but he had a lot of heart for his team. And I was one of my favorite wide receivers that probably won't get talked about a lot is Derek Mason.
He should have been on that Super Bowl team, man.
Oh yeah, well it's just he wanted to get fed. There was some other babies to get fed, and that's where I say the mouth came in because he was kind of frustrated. He's like, look, I've been carrying this team, and y'all brought in some superstars, but I'm still decent. Like, let me ball. Give me the rock. Like, I truly believe that if it had been him instead of Mr. Dropsy, we probably had an extra Super Bowl.
Instead of Evans.
Yeah. All right. Delicious says Derek Mason is so underrated. One of my favorite Ravens wide receivers. In my mind, I'm looking at when I used to watch. All I saw was Steve Smith, but a little slower.
Yeah.
Slightly better route runner. I mean, I put it like that.
He was craftier than Steve.
Yeah.
As far as the route running.
Kennedy says, by the time our teams face off, it's time to pull out the Ravens sweaters and jackets. I can't believe that we don't have a primetime game. That's kind of
with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. That's the best rivalry in the game. I don't understand that, but
or even the Browns. I mean, all of those, any NFC North game or AFC North game is a full-on throwdown. And honestly, I think some of those games should probably get flexed.
Well, the only one is in the Thursday night game with Cincinnati again on. Isn't that with them again?
Yeah, we got the Bengals, but that's it.
I know they feel some type of way because I would feel some type of way. This is the second time we gotta on a Thursday night. We gotta go to them instead of them coming to us. I'm sure they feel some type of way about that.
If I was Carolina, I feel some type of way. They didn't give them not one primetime game.
They ain't gonna get no primetime game. You gotta earn those. You gotta earn those.
They got over there, and I think if they start winning, they gotta be winning big.
Yeah.
Somebody might get flexed. As they start losing, like the Jets, they might start getting flexed because, keep hyping them up. Aaron, I'll be honest with you, I feel like he ain't gonna have the same accuracy or pocket awareness, everything he had before. I just don't think it's all gonna be there like it was before, and they might get flexed out as he starts showing the lack of ability.
I understand why they put division games on Thursday because you don't have to prep for them as much as you would if you were playing somebody out of your division. But I think that I don't know. I really think that it's so much on the line when you playing a division game on a Thursday, opposed to playing that game on a Sunday or or Monday or even a Saturday. So like basically I'm saying like the players need the rest. You know what I mean? When it's a division game, when it's out of division, I would rather that be on a Thursday, even though it's like more to prep for. But you know what? They gotta still prep for it too, because it's just really the best team that wins on Thursday more than anything. I don't know. That's how I look at it. But hey, it is what it is when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. So we sitting here. We got about 23 people in the room. Hey, let me go ahead and get 23 likes on this thing, man. Appreciate you. I think we're sitting at like 10 right now. Anywho, Delicious says, I think it's time we get back, or we get our. So I think it's time we get our back, or get back on the
Yeah,
still. I
get
call
back
it.
in the Steelers.
Hey, we trying to get that lick back.
Yeah, yeah. We've been getting whooped.
Yeah.
Not even whooped. We just
And they just,
ain't
they
been,
5-1
been
in
good
the
on our
division.
end. Huh?
It's 5-1 in the division. I think that is case enough to say, hey, this should be a primetime game. And maybe it's because they tired of getting us getting our butts kicked. So that maybe it's a message to us. Maybe we should be winning.
I mean, but I don't think so. I don't know. I know. Or rather, it should have been Pittsburgh and Baltimore on Monday night instead of the Bucks in Baltimore on Monday night. Like,
I think so. I was like, how did that? I just
yeah,
don't understand now. And I'm like, I
yeah.
mean,
I
maybe
understand.
Lamar shows up more when he plays in Florida. Maybe there's a connection there, and they're like, all right, we know this guy's gonna show out because he's in Florida again.
Mm-hmm. I
Let's
just
see.
know
Gerald
what they're
says he
thinking
wants.
about half of the time when they be making these, when
Mhm.
they making these the whole schedules. I don't think they really think about it like the way they should. But
Yeah, I think it's like a simulator for the schedules, and they do all the different combinations, and they're like, all right, this is the closest to what we're thinking. And
mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there were other suggestions. They're like, hey, hold on, we might be able to flex into this later, but for right now, this is kind of what it's going to be, because if anything else, it messes up concerts and wrestling matches, and Taylor Swift's concerts, Beyonce, and all that.
But like we play them on Saturday, Pittsburgh, and then the next time we play them is what? We play them week. What's the
So we
schedule?
play them like week 16 is when we play them the
That's the
second
first
time.
time we playing?
The first time we play them is November 17th. That's week 11.
Okay, and that's a Saturday.
Yep.
We played them on the Saturday in November. And then the second time
So
playing
November 7th? No, that is a Thursday night.
Pittsburgh.
Sorry, 17th. 17th is a Sunday.
That's the first time we play them.
Yeah, November 17th.
And that's a 1:00 game.
That is a 1 o'clock game.
And the second time we play him is
in December on the 21st, and that's a Saturday.
right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas, man.
And then the next time we play is Wednesday.
At least it's a 4:30 game. I think some of the world will be watching. A little bit more than just Ravens Nation, Steelers Nation.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And of course, I mean they might be.
It's the only game that's going to be on, at that time, which I guess it makes it somewhat of a primetime game, but it's the second game. So the first game is what on that Saturday. I think the first game is Kansas City playing somebody. Because don't Pittsburgh play on? I think it's 2 games on Netflix. It's going to be on Christmas. Ours is the night game.
You see, Kenny has assumed his role of Wilbur in here. This man says Lamar still has a losing record against my Steelers.
He does. He does. You're not lying.
It's true. It's true.
I'm switching to the computer now, bro.
Okay, I was like, man, we had another guest pop in. I don't remember handing this link out to nobody. So we got that one. I'll put you on.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Alright,
Back in
so Lisa says, I don't remember ever playing on Christmas. We did play on Christmas. What are you talking about? We played against the Steelers. Excuse me, not Steelers. We played against the 49ers. Remember we stole Christmas? Remember the whole bags dance out there with our tight end and our wide receiver? All right, so Lisa says, I want to see how PQ is going to play at the bank. I hope Derrick Henry stiff arms him into the locker room. I would love to see it. That would be great. The thing is you got to wonder what position are they going to put Pat Queen in? Is he going to be in the mic or is he going to be in the will?
Mm.
If they put him in the mic, then he's going to be at a disadvantage because that's not where he's best at. That's not where he does his thing. But they put him in Sam, then he might be a little bit of a headache for us. But he still can't tackle in open space. I'll stick by that.
He gonna be this. He gonna be the Mike linebacker. There's no way they're not gonna have him at the Mike. Their defense ain't is crazy as ours. They more traditional with their 3-4, package scheme opposed to us.
Okay.
I think their Will and their Mikes are pretty much similar. As far as you're gonna put him in the middle so he can roam. And then they just drafted Wilson, who's just as fast as Queen. So we started something. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We started the value of the off the ball inside linebacker. The value down. Roquan came here, changed everything around. The value has gone back up because it was just Fred Warner and everything that was going on over there at San Fran. It was just them two, but it still wasn't like, oh, you got one linebacker you got to pay. That's good. No, no, no. When you started getting tandems that's making the Pro Bowl, value goes up. Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Value for the middle linebacker is going up, especially now because you got to be able to do everything.
That's true. You got to be able to think and you got to be able to fly when you're in that position, and you got to be just ready to be relentless and pop somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how Pat Queen does on his own. Because I mean, we keep talking about how Roquan helped him to unlock, but I think it was because he didn't have to worry about being as cerebral in his position.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right, so well, we can finish the show on these quarterback rankings right quick. I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot this and upload it. And take the curse words out. Because people are mad when they see this. On the Ravens flock, somebody said, "Do y'all see this S?" Let me go ahead and upload it, and then we'll put it. We'll talk about it here. Where's my screenshots? All right, here we go. We got our quarterback listing right here, according to Cody Benjamin. First of all, does anybody here know who the heck Cody Benjamin is? I do not. You know who Cody Benjamin is?
No, sir. No, sir. No, not at all.
All right. So basically, this no-name bum has decided he wanted to label who he believed his top 10 QBs are. And we're going to debate this, so we're going to feel like
They read him off. They read it. They read it. They read it off of what's the name? I think he's a beat writer. I'm not sure. He's somebody that somebody know because that's why I first heard about it. That's why I got this
from a friend
who. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so we got Patty Mahomes at the top. I don't think there's an argument there. I think when you do GOAT like that, you're doing your thing. You can see Patty Mahomes' magic on the field. Every time you think you got him, like even during the AFC Championship, it was a play where I just knew they had the sack, they had him dead to rights, and he just made this amazing play to Kelsey across the daggone middle, and both of them looked like they were falling down, and they make the catch. Wow. So I mean, Pat Mahomes is a special type of quarterback. And as he gets those weapons around, they trying to build for this three-peat, and it's going to be difficult to say, hey, Lamar's better than him right now. But we building, we're getting there. Next on the list is Brock Purdy. Uh, I don't know what to say here. What are your thoughts on Brock?
Next,
All
next.
right, next, Josh Allen. Uh, like I said, this is a special type player who has a rocket arm, intermediate passing, is decent, but his arm talent, the deep field arm talent is there, and his ability to be mobile is special. When he has significant, talented wide receivers, his game is over the top. When he has mediocre guys, he's able to turn some things, but for the most part, I think this guy is he's below Lamar as far as the out of this world takeover game type talent. Lamar has that. He is more of a valuable asset to his team than Josh Allen is. Josh Allen gets hurt. There's somebody that could come in and play decent to hold the team down as long as they got a good defense and a great run game. Same thing with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy gets hurt. Somebody can step in and be just fine. Is it? Well, Darnold, he still came in and threw a pick, but they were playing against the Ravens defense, though. I mean, it is what it is. All right, so when it comes to Joe, I think Joe. If we had to say Lamar was 3, I'd be comfortable saying Joe's 2. But I'm talking about when Joe was on top of his game, not Joe last year. You know,
It is all right. See, this is why I'm gonna have a discussion. This is why I have a problem with because everybody's saying it. Oh, now y'all gotta. If we just basing off of what we basing it off of, because he got a great arm, he got great touch. I'm trying to figure out what we basing it off of.
yeah. And I think
Don't get me wrong. There's no knock on Joe because I think Joe Burrow's a talent.
Mhm.
But what we basing it off of? Because if we gonna base it off of stats, okay,
you also got Jamar Chase,
better
too.
season than Lamar. One,
You got 2 better receivers than Lamar's talent on the offense right now.
3 better. You might as well just say 3 because Boyd was there. So you might as well say he had 3 better receivers.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what are we basing it off of? The fact that he went to the Super Bowl one time, you didn't get the chip, so nobody remembers number 2. Let's go on back. So other than that 1 year, what are we basing this off of? That he's better than Lamar. Why do they keep saying this? I need to know why. Because then he's the only one that's beat Mahomes in the playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I give him that, but he's like, I feel like that was a heck of a game, and I think he reached deep for that one. But like I said, if we say Jamar Chase, no number 5, are we getting the same level of talent out of Joe? Because I remember that first year, we didn't, right?
No, he was getting more.
Yeah, and so you had no offensive line, and of course, the talent at wide receiver was very low. So I feel like Lamar does a lot more with less, and then these guys here on this list.
What happens?
What's up?
I just want to see how it go down if T. Higgins not there. I mean, I'm just saying. I still and I'm not mad that he got a whole bunch of talent around him. I mean, Caleb Williams has a whole bunch of talent around him too. But what are we basing it off of? That everybody, you win 2 MVPs, should have been both of them should have been unanimous, and you're not even in the top 5, let alone the top 3. Like, what are we basing it off of? I don't understand. You can't if we just basing it off of throwing. Like I said before, they're gonna say Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Lamar can't do what Pat can do. Well, shit. Excuse my language. Sorry, brother. Pat can't do what Lamar can do. Matter of fact, nobody on that list can do what Lamar can do.
No, they can't. They really can't.
So what are we basing it on? I'm trying to understand, and I'm not saying none of these quarterbacks are good. And I'm not knocking Brock Purdy. I'm not knocking Josh Allen. I'm not knocking Joe Burrow, CJ, Hurts, Dak. What are we basing it off? Because as far as I'm concerned, if we just go by stats and we go by accolades, it's only 2 players on that list that's going to the Hall.
Because I feel like if they were to say, like, because they got to the big game, then shouldn't Jalen Hurts be higher up on the list?
You're right.
I feel like I ain't trying to defend Jalen today. I'm trying to defend Lamar. But I feel like MVPs and big games should put you higher up on the list.
this is a very frustrating conversation. I'm not frustrated with you or anybody in the chat. I'm frustrated because I don't know what these people are basing it off of. Because you can't just say you're basing it off of talent, because you can't say that anybody is that much more talented than Lamar on this list. Not even Patrick Mahomes. Like you can't say that. You can't say like he ain't the first to do the no look pass. That was Matt Stafford's thing, and he's still Matthew Stafford still does. So is we can't. I don't care about the coaches. I don't care about the plays around them. Because if that's the case, and we gonna do that again, that man came in like MJ and won an MVP and had no good receivers and had a good tight end and ran for 1,000 yards. I'm talking about Lamar. That 2019. Name somebody that was really good that was going to be a Pro Bowl receiver on the list. Not one.
Willie Snead was definitely not it.
Exactly. So what are we basing it off of?
Yeah, Chris Moore, didn't he? Yeah, Chris Moore at the time. Willie Snead.
Yeah. Sure, we had Chris Moore. Chris Moore was there. I don't think
Chris Moore, Willie Snead.
I don't think Chris Moore didn't even barely play. I think Chris Moore was only there his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken. But it was I don't know, nobody worth mentioning.
Yeah,
Boykin,
they had Dez towards the end, right?
Like, again, I'm not knocking. Like, only person I compare Patrick Mahomes to throwing the ball is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is other than Lamar, Aaron Rodgers has always been my favorite quarterback because he just flick of the wrist is going exactly where it needs to be.
That's right, Seth Roberts. Seth Roberts was a lot. I mean, his game was
receiver
really elevated by Lamar.
Yeah, but he was like the fifth receiver.
Yeah,
we had a great tight end.
And like, what QB ever had a lineup of dudes hoping to get their jersey signed after they get their butt whooped? Like a lineup of dudes just like, hey, yo, you got a jersey. Lamar had a box full of jerseys willing to let every Jets player that wanted to get one signed.
Yeah.
Sign. That's when you know you ball. That's when you know your talent level is way up here. You know.
When one of the best corners in the game is asked who's the quarterback that you worry about the most, and he said, I love Mahomes, but Lamar is the problem.
Now, Brooke, now hang on now, Brooke.
What Brooke say?
She said, I got beef for Snead. He wasn't even that bad. He wasn't that good.
Shoot. I'm done. You're right. You ain't lying, though. You ain't lying about that.
And then he clowned us the second he got out the roster because he didn't like what the offense looked like. But his talent level completely tanked to where he got cut off the Raiders that next year. I think, and the 49ers.
I'm lost. You gotta
let's see here. What did Nana say?
No. Hold on. We're gonna get to Nana. Nana, hold on once. Go ahead.
We're gonna unlock you here. Funny how 1-4 is white boys. And yes, we can say Mahomes is Drake. Stay disrespectful to black players. Yes, I said it.
Unlucky. I don't know what you said. I'm trying.
I think he's saying like, all right, this is. Well, I mean, Pat Mahomes is mixed, right?
Black or white. I'm not. I'm.
Yeah, me and Brock. Yeah.
Well, we got to clear this up. Clarify who's 1-4.
Yeah, DNA test came back, and Brock he was white, and it's Harbaugh's.
Hold up, chill out. You're making me laugh.
All right, Josh. Okay, white.
We got to clear this up, bro. Just speak English, because we not gonna read between those lines. If you say something about the white boy, who's the white boy? Brock Purdy, Josh Allen. Who's he 1-4 against? We're not disrespecting.
No, they're saying numbers 1 through 4.
Okay, and they disrespect
Pat Mahomes. Yeah, I think they forgot Pat was black.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's a black and white thing. To be honest with you,
I don't think it's black. I don't think it's a black thing. I think it's the fact that when it comes to mobile quarterbacks, just because you are excellent with your legs, they automatically discount what you can do with your arm.
Hold on, no.
That's where it is.
No, I don't. But see, I understand where you going, where y'all both coming from in that aspect. But I don't think it's a black and white thing. We can go down the list. Let's start from 10. Okay, Jordan Love, nice. He just showed it this year. Justin Herbert, he's okay. They thought he was going to be better than that. He's okay right now.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott,
I'm glad that they finally put him where he belonged, lower on the list.
right? That because they had high hopes. Dak Prescott, he okay. He good. My cousin hate him though. He ain't a Cowboy fan. Jalen Hurts, he's good. I'm not knocking. Brock Purdy is up there because he's been winning. Josh Allen has been up there because obviously he's been winning. Joe Burrow's been winning. But they've shown they're all Pro Bowl. You can't knock Brock Purdy. I don't think he's number 2, but you're not going to knock him because he was the first team All Pro. So you're not going to knock him, but he's not number 2, even though he's had 2 good seasons. He's not number 2. He's not before Lamar. He could be. I would argue and put Brock Purdy at number 4, and you could, or number 3. You can put Josh Allen wherever, but you're not going to put Joe Burrow there because are we assuming something? I'm not going to do the. I'm not going to. I understand. I think I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to do the.
And then, like, where does Jared Goff belong on this? Like, Jared Goff should be somewhere on this list. Like, in my mind, I feel like Jared got decent talent to take this team and put it around him and make the Lions look special and make the Rams look like they idiots because they got rid of him.
This is the thing. Real talk is this. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, all 3, they have the best winning records, period. Thus far, when they're playing. Best winning records. Joe Burrow doesn't even have a better winning record. Nor does Josh Allen. I think they're putting Joe up there. I really think they're putting Joe up there because the assumption is that it's still Cincinnati's division to lose. No. I think we figured that out last year, even when he wasn't hurt, when he went to the playoffs and he lost to Kansas City.
This just in. Nana said Mahomes is black, not white. Thank you for clearing that up, Nana.
He's white. Well, what does it matter? It don't matter.
Random.
White and father black. Kids. We don't care. The whole race thing. That's because I don't think that's what it is. My opinion.
I don't think that's the race thing.
I don't think that's what it is. I just think.
I definitely don't think it's the race thing. I think it's just statuesque. I feel like it's the statuesque signal caller still is being respected by traditionalists more than what the mobile signal caller is being respected.
The whole thing is you got to win in the pocket. We got to win in the pocket. You got to win in the pocket. But my thing is, this is my biggest pet peeve is that C.J. Stroud is not a pocket. I mean, he can win in the pocket, but he scrambles a lot. But they put him before Lamar, so that's why I say it's not a black and white thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Kenny B says
Lamar that they don't like, yo. I don't care. It could be black players. The players love him. It's coaches. It's a lot of other people that don't want to see him win because of who he is, just in general. He's not. He's just different. He's different. He's not arrogant. He's a humble dude. And he wants to say that way. He always says that. So I don't know too many quarterbacks that are humble and don't come off a certain way. Like, Eric, you take the responsibility. We. But Mahomes got an arrogance to him. Brock Purdy got an arrogance to him. Everybody on that list got some type of arrogance to him. Like, it's one thing to celebrate. It's another way to do something else. Lamar just don't do certain things. That's just him. He's always been that way. He never looking at the other, unless you really trying to get him to look at another player. That's just not him.
Yeah. All right, let's see what Lich says. I think people genuinely just like hating on Lamar.
Yeah. They don't. It's so hard when they don't want you to be what you are. People want to be great.
It just feel good in their soul. They just wake up with this hate in their system and they just spew it all over Twitter or spew it all over some TV show. I feel like, especially Ocho, I feel like, Sam Ocho, not Ocho, but Sam Ocho.
Yeah.
This dude ain't got nothing but hate in his heart for the Baltimore Ravens. It seems like it's been like that for the last few years. and I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I do get like, okay, you're on the Chiefs jock that, yeah, they won, okay, but you ain't got to celebrate them every 2 seconds on your show. You can actually show the 2-time MVP, the runaway MVP, some love on your show. And I'm sitting here watching it like, all right, he's gonna eventually show Lamar some love. No, and then it comes another diss and another diss.
I ain't
And how great is Pat?
forever.
I'm just like, I cannot wait till the Ravens stomp a daggone mud hole in them the first game of the season, so Sam Acho can shut his butt up.
He's not gonna shut up because he's gonna find another way to spin it. You gotta find.
That's all they're gonna say is, well, can he win the playoffs?
Yeah, well, exactly. People always look. They always people that want to be right always gonna find a way to try to be right, even when they wrong.
Right there. Delicious says Acho and Nick Wright are clowns. Indeed. What Brooke say? He said, I think they're just mad that teams passed on him in the draft. It's regret, it's jealousy.
Well, Nick ain't have a life in any life. He's just gonna be a beat writer. He ain't not have a chance in the world to play ball. But go ahead.
Feel you. Let's see. Chris Wright says, Chris White, excuse me, says the NFL doesn't like Lamar because he could be bigger than the Shield.
It's possible.
I mean, it's a different way to look at it, and I mean, his personality is one that's fun. He does things that are not necessarily the Shield way or whatever, the way he does things, but he stays true to himself. I love the Lamar days that he does, and he involves the kids. And you've seen Engraven's kids actually get time with Lamar, just one on one, hanging out for a couple seconds, and he's just taking time out, playing games with the kids, and he's putting himself at risk a little bit by being out there, but he's just being a kid. He's just doing his thing, and that's not the NFL way. But who cares, And I think the way he gives back, the person he is, the love that he has for his Florida folks, the way that he wants to help celebrate other businesses and help bring them up because they're people that he knows. He's like, hey, bring me a plan, and I'll be able to support it. I love that about him.
Mm-hmm.
I love that he keeps most of his private life private, and then it keeps everybody guessing. And that's pretty cool. I think he could be bigger than the Shield if he wins a third MVP for sure. Third MVP Super Bowl, yeah, it'd be larger than life. It'd be just as large as Pat. MD's out. I think we probably should join him here in a second. He says, I'm looking forward to watching my Steelers OTAs, seeing them enjoy a non-Matt Canada offense. That might be beneficial for y'all. Good night, Kenny. All right, so we'll read a couple more comments, and then we are going to bounce as well. So Nana says Lamar is unapologetically black. His hair, his speech, his clothing, and whatever. Pure black hate. Shaking my head. I mean, yeah, I still like. For me, it's the race thing. I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love what he does on the field. I love who he is as a person. And I think I just love the fact that we actually have a quarterback who ain't trash on our team. For years we've been dealing with the Cowboys and all the other just terrible quarterbacks, and to include outside of the Super Bowl year, I'm gonna call it what it is, Joe. I got to say it. I got to say it.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm pretty sure Brooke about to come for me, but it's fine. Says Delicious says one matchup I'm extremely excited about is LJ versus Hurts.
That should be an exciting game.
Will be exciting game. I think what's the game I was most excited about? I mean, other than the one I'm going to watch.
Well, it's like that's like a Bama. That's a Bama rivalry. Alabama on both sides of the ball. Bama. A lot of Bama on Bama crowd going on.
Louisville and Alabama products all over our team.
SEC vibe that's going on in that game.
Yeah,
Alabama and Georgia playing against.
I think my game is probably Lamar versus Dak. I think Lamar versus Dak is the game I want to see, and that's just simply because, as you saw, they continually put them closer to each other, and sometimes they're putting Dak above Lamar on a regular basis. And I want to see just how the Ravens were able to make Purdy come down to earth a bit. I want to see the same thing with Dak, so they can stop jocking this cat and saying he's better than Lamar. Now let's see. All right, so I think that's probably where we're gonna cut it.
Brooke, where you at, yo?
Huh?
Business. Brooke. Handle your business, bro. Do your job.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna beat it to her? Beat it to her?
Oh, she was quick.
Oh, she got it. Quick on the draw. Quick draw, my girl.
She was waiting to touch the buttons. I got you.
Mm-hmm. She had that closet ready. All right, so Alicia says that that game is going to be crazy. I think the defenses will determine who wins the game. He's also saying it's been great. So, but yeah, we appreciate y'all. We continually falling off the couch because of the love y'all show us daily. And like I said, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your kids, about the show. Come join us and let's have a good time. Let's continue to build this community. Let's just make it as big as possible, as wide as possible, to where we're able to just say, hey, this is a fun channel where we can chat Ravens football, speak our mind, say whatever. We'll have people on the show. A few of y'all are more than welcome to come and join the show. Do you want to join the show? We've had Brooke on here before. We love to have Delicious and Big Reg, and we'll have Nana, all of them. If y'all want to join, we can do that up sometime.
We'll come on during the mock draft time just to run them out.
It's good times, man. Good times. All right, man. Well, thanks for tuning in to the home. Yeah, it was like, thanks for tuning in to the home original sports perspective from our couch to yours. It's your couch rider Raven.
Salute.
Main man Cam Root. Saying two blacks. Fade to black.
Peace. Good night, y'all.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.